Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thanks for tuning in for another episode of Lionsbridge FC. Soccer's the pride of the Bridge will take on the Eagles of Charlotte tonight in the makeup game that was supposed to be played on the 19th day of May. Unfortunately, in the opening week here at Pomoco Stadium, Mother Nature had other ideas, and so we rescheduled the game, and here we are in this 9th day of June. A little hot, little humid, but no one's complaining as we are finally able to get this game in. If you're just tuning in after watching the Triple Crown and you care about horse racing, what a race. If you care and you don't want me to ruin it for you, let me just tell you it was down to the wire. What a race to watch. And if you do want me to ruin it for you, I might just do so later in the game because it's just me tonight. No Patrick Garber as he has some other things, affairs to handle. And so it is just me, myself, and I, the illustrious trio, in the booth tonight as we get ready for a game between a team in its premier season against a premier program in the PDL as Lionsbridge FC is taking on the defending champions, the Eagles of Charlotte, who were 9-3-2 a season ago, 4-0 in the playoffs. This year, sitting in the fixtures in the South Atlantic Division at third, just in front of your pride, the Charlotte Eagles, with 4 games on the season in the PDL, have 3 wins and a loss with 9 points. Just ahead of them are North Carolina FC U23 and the Myrtle Beach Mutiny. 2 teams the Bridge have lost to already this year. Lionsbridge FC with a 2-2-2 record in the PDL with 8 points. They are a win away from hopping, jumping, and leaping, if you will, into second in the South Atlantic Division. And this would be a huge win as we came into the week knowing it's got to be 2 wins or at least a win and a tie. You got to get points at every game at home, at least you'd like to, and this week was a big one, about halfway through the season, or at least we're almost halfway through the season. And for the Lionsbridge FC to pick up 6 points or 4 points is crucial to do so now and set your pace going into the second half of the season with the Mutiny of Myrtle Beach just a few points ahead of these teams log-jammed in the middle. We'll get to starting lineups in a minute as the men from Charlotte begin to head towards the stadium. But first, the weather report brought to you by weather.com. Pretty simple, just weather.com gives you the weather. All you have to do is type in a zip code 23606 tonight in Newport News. 86 degrees, but it feels like 90. A little bit of wind, 55% humidity, and it should be a relatively clear night for the first time in a while here. No fog, no mist, nothing to worry about weather-wise. Might be a little sticky as the game continues, but for now, we are excited and thrilled for a beautiful night of soccer. So now we will give you the starting lineups, and once again I say by we, I mean I and those of us here at Facebook Live and on facebook.com/Lionsbridge FC. We'll get into why I sound like this in a little bit. We'll start with the Eagles of Charlotte. In goal, Andrew Pannenberg. Andrew Pannenberg out of Wake Forest College, or the University of Wake Forest. I'm not in the ACC. The Wake Forest goalie, Andrew Pannenberg, will start for the Eagles. In front of him, Clay Dimmick, Jacob Krull, Foster, number 26, Foster Apia, out of Florida Southern, and then Douglas Oliveira out of Indiana Wesleyan. Moving forward, Lucas Rosa, Rafael Vacas, and Curran Page. And then forwards tonight, number 10, Mashabone Robinson, listed on Charlotte Eagles website as Toomey Masha Bain. I was given Masha Bain Robinson, and then Patrick Segrist, number 7, Segrist rather. I'm going to blame bad handwriting by coaches on this one. Patrick Segrist comes into this game with 3 goals and 2 assists. He leads his team with points. And then Chris Brennen, number 9 from Bowling Green, will round out the group. As for your pride of Lionsbridge FC, in goal tonight, Joe Rice. In front of him, the strong defensive line of Austin Graham, Tom Devitt, Marshal MacCartney, and Josh Spencer. Ivan Militar, Fortia, Munts, and Simon Fitch will be in the midfield. And in the 4-3-3, which is a different lineup than head coach Chris Wally has put out, he's normally putting out the 4-4-2. Tonight's a 4-3-3, so Militar, Munts, and Fitch play the midfield. And forwards today, Jalon Brown and Max Poelker. And in between the two of them, Travis Cooke. Between the 3 of them, they have 9 goals. Add 1 from Militar, add 1 from Fitch. And there's 11 goals from these two teams. Last time this team played, Jalon Brown had 2 goals, the Bridge had 6, and Militar had 2 assists and a goal as well. So a lot of great offense coming from this team, and a clean sheet sponsored by O'Doodle Doos Donuts. And they're looking for another one of those tonight. As the Lionsbridge FC team, headed by Coach Chris Wally, are announced, we'll step away for the national anthem, and we'll be right back. You're watching Lionsbridge Soccer on Facebook Live. And welcome back to Facebook.com, Facebook Live. Proudly present this game here on Facebook Live. Tonight's game and tonight's starting lineups are proudly presented by Riverside Medical Group. Riverside Medical, keep your player in the game, the official medical group of Lionsbridge FC. Tonight's youth organization of the game, Yorktown FC. As Yorktown FC is the Rugrats on the field with the Bridge this evening. Food trucks at tonight's contest, Flamin' Pie, Prost, with an exclamation mark. I like to, make sure you get that in there. Prost. Pretty good food over there at Prost. Flamin' Pie is brick oven pizza, O'Doodle Doos Donuts, as always. When Lionsbridge FC wins with a shutout, they put a donut on the board and a donut in your pocket. You get to go home with a coupon for a free donut from O'Doodle Doos Donuts. And Kona Ice. Kona Ice, it's a hot night out tonight. And if you're here at the stadium listening in, first and foremost, getting that holistic fan experience, but head over to Kona Ice, cool yourself off. Tonight's game also brought to you by Chick-fil-A, Nike, Tradition Brewing Company, Quality Productions, just to name a few, Off-Leash Canine Training. And, of course, the Premier Development League. Your Pride will get the ball first. Lionsbridge FC wearing the baby blues, going from right to left. Going left to right in this one in the orange kits. They look like Halloween, if you will, the orange and black. They'll go left to right, and the Eagles will get the ball first in the second frame. So it is just about time for Lionsbridge soccer. The assistant referees are ready to go. 1 thumbs up, 2 thumbs up, 3 thumbs up. We'll give them 1 in the booth. And away we go. So Lionsbridge FC soccer right away. So as this one gets underway, I'd like to give a special shout out to those of us, or I guess my great crew here at Pomoco Stadium. Austin Gregory and the production crew bringing this one. As always, Mike Santamoro on production, Julian Santamoro on replay, and the Austin and Christian Urch duo on cameras. No Patrick Garber by my side tonight, so it's just me, myself, and I. We mentioned the dynamic trio, and I will likely refer to myself as that throughout the evening. We'll try to have fun, and being that this is an interface where comments are encouraged, I'll try my best to interact with some of you tonight as well, as I don't have a color man to interact with. Ball forward. Now, also, I'd like to issue my initial apologies, as my voice is a little raspy. As a Washington Capitals fan, I've done my fair share of celebrating over the past few days. And so, my vocal cords are still recovering. Goal calls may not be as aggressive this evening. Still a little bit of kickball early in the first 90 seconds as Joe Rice puts that one forward. Riverside Medical Group and Lionsbridge FC are partnering up for clinics. Had one this morning. Apparently went pretty well. Your son or daughter is interested in signing up for a clinic or one of our camps this summer, head to lionsbridgefc.com or this Facebook page. I'm sure you could find more information. First time today, the Eagles are maintaining a little bit of possession. Simon Fitch takes that away. Free kick here coming for the men in orange. That ball up, and it's going to go straight into the box. It bounces off the head of, I'm not sure who that was. We'll get in a second. I'm going to get a zoom angle on it. Number 10, that was Mashabone Robinson. Masha Bain, that's an A. Can't even read my own handwriting. Apologize, Mr. Robinson. Robinson with 3 goals here on the year out of Olivet Nazarene. Now with the ball are the Bridge. Moving forward is the back line. I believe that's MacCartney. MacCartney pushes it forward and gives it right up. Now Mashabone Robinson with it. Bain. Masha Bain. I'm going to get that right, I promise. Bain. Masha Bain Robinson. Robinson now with it. Pushes it forward. A great pass and a shot. Great opportunity for a goal. Patrick Segrist just not able to put it away. And so Segrist, the Marquette man, gives the Bridge a throw in. Hilton will have to go after it. Really good crowd early for this contest so far tonight. That ball's in and Rice makes a save. Post-game fireworks being set up in the distance. Still plenty of time before that. And it's one of the perks of actually coming to the game as we cut our stream just before the fireworks. We try to enjoy them as well, but we will have a post-game interview if the Lionsbridge program picks up a win or a tie. Anytime Lionsbridge FC gets points, you got to talk to them. Ball chipped up in the air. I believe that was Munts. Now Brown, and that ball is cleared away, and so not happy about it is number 26, Foster Apaya. And now here comes a corner kick. First corner of the day here for Lionsbridge. Ball in the air. It's going to bounce around. Now Munts there on the 18 has just got to boot it. And he sends it right into a wall of Eagles. Now gets through, and a great slide tackle from Marshal MacCartney. The crowd giving MacCartney his due applause. Now up to Fitch and back to Fortia. Munts' possession is controlled, and Josh Spencer now on the outside. Spencer gives it up to his man, number 7, Travis Cooke, and Jalon Brown will have to go and collect before giving it up to Militar, and Militar can't handle it, and out of play it goes for Clay Dimmick to toss back in. Simon Fitch. Fitch to Militar. No, that's Munts, rather. Now the outside to Poelker. Poelker getting the start today after not getting a start on Wednesday. That start instead, I believe, was given to Cleef Desir. And Travis Cooke. No Cleef Desir in the lineup, though, tonight. Kick sent away by Pannenberg. After all that pinballing, it ends up with Travis Cooke and then the back line of the Eagles. So Eagles will return to the safety of their own nest, and now they'll attack towards the bridge. Foul there called them. No, they'll say offsides. Joe Rice now. Ball back on the Eagle possession, and they'll hold on to it for a moment and almost lose it, then get it right back by Chris Brennen. Militar with it. He'll look for Travis Cooke, and it won't get there after Foster Apia grabs it. This time a foul was called on the bridge, not sure who. Until I get a second look at it. And rightfully so. A foul was called on Simon Fitch that created the opportunity. Opportunity squandered as Joe Rice makes the stop, and Rice puts it back into the air. Lionsbridge in a 4-3-3 today. That's abnormal for them. At least we haven't seen this formation at home. As for the Eagles, I'm not sure how they lined up. They were given an odd-looking roster sheet today from the visiting Eagles. Roster consisted of 4 defensemen, 5 midfielders, and a forward, but the way they're lined up out on the field is not consistent to that 4-5-1 mentality. Or looks more like a 4-2-2-1 with a lot of concentration on the middle of the field. There goes Max Poelker. Poelker now looking for Brown and just short changes him as Douglas Oliveira takes it away. Now a blatant foul on Josh Spencer that doesn't get called. Not a lot of action here in this contest through the first 13 minutes. Ball up in the air, and number 12, Clay Dimmick, is unable to keep it in play, but shortly thereafter, the ball is thrown back in by the bridge and back to the Eagles. Lionsbridge FC struggling so far to maintain possession. They haven't had many scoring opportunities either. There goes Austin Graham. Graham now going to cross it in, looking for Cooke, but just too high. Cooke in 5 games and about 3 games worth of minutes. Not even 2 games worth of minutes at 176. That's 2 goals and an assist. He's right behind James Ellis and Jalon Brown. Brown with 5 goals in his 6 games played. There goes MacCartney. MacCartney with a soft touch up to Militar, and Militar will give it to Graham, and Graham misses it to his right. Now to play it goes. And so far this contest seems to be Eagle dominated as their 4 defensemen are almost wrapping around the forward line of the bridge, and you've got almost a U shape. It hasn't broken down into a straight line just yet, which would be optimal. There's a lot of depth back there defensively for the Eagles, and then in the midfield they just are so spread out that possession and keeping possession isn't necessarily a problem, and crosses like that are pretty effective at switching the field. Now 3 on the back line, then 4, there's 5. Good tackle there by Poelker. And the Pride will get the ball back. Reserves for both sides. For the Eagles, they have Victor Lusota, Morgan Roscoe, Aaron Madison, Derek Gonzalez, as well as Lasheris, Todd, and Agudelo. The Lionsbridge team has Hazuki Hashizume, Brennen Burton, Kyle McGovern in net if they need him. And they have Desir, Ellis, Kisombe, and Jamie Gunderson. Chance developing here for Lionsbridge. Max Poelker's going to have to hustle to keep it in play, and he can't quite do it. And he'll walk away frustrated. Uniforms for Lionsbridge FC brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is the official uniform sponsor of Lionsbridge FC. The ones who make the uniforms are Nike. Nike, just do it. Riverside Medical Group is the proud medical group of Lionsbridge FC. Keep your player in the game with Riverside Medical. Travis Cooke now to the outside to spread the field over to Munts. Munts drives, gets by his man, pushes forward, and loses it. Foul called on Militar. Our defensive play of the game, when we have one eventually, will be brought to you by Mosquito Joe, the Mosquito defense man you need to call. Tradition Brewing Company in City Center is a proud sponsor of Lionsbridge FC. Head to City Center and ask for a Lionsbridge lager. And the rest of our top partners, our final top partner is Whole Foods Market. If you pick up a ticket on lionsbridge.com, lionsbridgefc.com/tickets, you can pick that up at Whole Foods Market in Newport News. The fans getting unruly here. In the 20th minute of the contest. Scoreboard LBFC 0, away 0. Guess it says away because you can't fit Charlotte on the board. Could put, I guess, CLT. It's the 3-letter abbreviation for the Charlotte Airport. I guess that's what our scoreboard probably should have been, but I don't make those graphics. Special shout out to Austin Gregory, does a great job. Slow start to the game has not gotten any better through the second third of the first half. That confused you. Confused me there for a moment as well. Break this first half into 3 15-minute thirds. We're in the second bit of frame number 1. A whole lot going on in this contest. Ball down low in the corner. Looking for space are the Eagles, and they'll push it away beyond the edge of the baseline. And so Joe Rice, well, forgive me, it looks as if it went off the defenseman. It might have been Militar. I'm not sure who it was. But it's a corner kick nonetheless. Ball up in the air, and it bounces around before hitting the turf. Lucas Rosa took the corner. Now up goes Poelker, and Poelker might have had a clean look at it, but the good defensive play by Apia, or Apia rather. Moving forward and sending it right back. The Charlotte Eagles team playing 4 games on the season with 3 wins and a loss. Have 11 goals in those games. 5 against with a 6-goal differential. Plus 6 goal differential. Lionsbridge FC coming to the contest with a plus 7. They've given up 2 more goals than Charlotte has. However, they have also scored 3 more with a couple of fine showings. One game where they put up 5 and another where they put up 6. The ball pinballs around some feet before ending up on the near side with Austin Graham. Graham now sends it into the box, and it gets headed away by the defenseman Oliveira. Looking at the schedule here, started off with 2 wins for the season. Did the Eagles against the Mutiny of Myrtle Beach, 2-1 win, and then they went to Tobacco Road, 1-2-1. They fell for the first time against North Carolina FC, 1-2. So 3 2-1 games. I guess they said we're sick of this. Took care of Carolina Dynamo. Well, the final score there, 6-1. A chance developing and a foul called on the Eagles, and so Rafael Vacas will have to throw it back to Joe Rice for the free kick. I'm not sure the Eagles are happy about that, but the Lionsbridge fans certainly pleased with their team's defense. Rightfully so, as they've kept this Eagles forward line to 0 goals for the first near quarter, or just over a quarter of the game. This is the game to have circled on your calendar if you're in the South Atlantic Division, as the Eagles are defending champions, and they will be that until a new champion is crowned in August. This is the team that deserves the respect of the league, and it is a both fortunate and unfortunate event that the Lionsbridge squad gets to play this team not once but twice in their inaugural year. It's good to know you're playing a team that knows how to win, but in your first year that can always be a tall order. So I'm not sure. For Chris Wally, obviously, he expects nothing but, and I quote, brilliance from his team tonight, as that's stolen away. Chris Wally and the team certainly have high expectations, but Not sure how high I will make mine for the evening, as this is a very good Eagles team of Charlotte. However, this team has shocked me before. I didn't think they'd put 6 up in their last contest. 6 is a lot of goals, though, for a soccer game, and still they surprised me then. "26 minutes of soccer just about done, and I have not had anything fun to talk about. So until I do, I'll talk about something else. Let's talk about horse racing. Anybody watch the Triple Crown? Justify, man. Justify winning the Kentucky Derby, the Preakness Stakes, and then the Belmont Stakes. For the 13th time, there is a Triple Crown winner. I know you're probably just tuning in and wondering, why is this man talking about horse racing? That's because these men on the field have not given me much else to talk about. 0-0 through the first 27 now. Not a whole lot of offense being created, as Jalon Brown will maybe try to do it. Brown in the corner. Brown has an open Munts to pass to. Instead, he'll cross up, and it'll be a goal kick. Other happenings in the sports world. Just becomes my sports podcast at this point. No Patrick Garber by my side, so what else is there to talk about? Fans also bored, trying to start the wave. That's how you know somebody's bored at a sporting event, by the way. When you try to start the wave, that's why do you think it happens at baseball games more than anywhere else? Or at professional soccer games? Because fans get bored, so they try to entertain themselves, and that's what they're doing here. But the Eagles are on an offensive tear. There they go down the near sideline. It's Vacas. Vacas gives it up, and Poelker will try to clear, but he can't do so, and does for a moment. Back to my thought about the wave. Why do you think it happens at baseball and soccer so often? Because fans are just trying to entertain themselves, and can you blame them? Here comes a corner kick. I believe that's Curran Page. Ball is low. It had a good chance on net, and that is Curran Page now with it. Page will give it up to the man that took the corner, Crow. And keeping it in play is Joe Rice. Good play by Joe Rice. Thanks, Preston Christopher. I try to be as savage as possible. This is about as exciting as the Warriors-Cavs series. That ball forward. There goes Jalon Brown. Brown gives a kick. Now off the volley is Militar, and the ball's going to be booted out of bounds by Josh Spencer. You know, like I said, this is about as exciting as the NBA Finals. A couple of blowouts and a little bit of fun action, a little bit of close game. For the most part, nothing to write home about, if you will. For those of you regular listeners, I'm sure you're noticing, or you may have noticed, my voice is just about as raspy as a voice can get. It's because a couple days ago I was in all caps mode. As my Washington Capitals took care of the Stanley Cup. Didn't even think I was going to be here tonight. If we're going to be completely honest, I woke up this morning in a whisper. So this is better than nothing. Now forward go the Eagles. About halfway through the season here in the Premier Development League. As Jalon Brown gets tripped up, that's a foul going to be called on number 26, Foster Apia. Apia's not happy about it. He's going to get a talking to with the official, and finally Brown and Foster Apia give me something to talk about, and that is a yellow card. And just about, it seems to be 8 to 10 feet outside of the 18-meter box. Militar have an opportunity to take a free kick here. Official's going to count out 10. He's got a 2, 3. And so he'll move the line back a little bit. Militar waiting, the fans rumbling. Here goes Militar, 2 steps, he shoots it low, and a save is made by Pannenberg. Nice look by Pannenberg as Militar puts it right underneath the wall. Now forward goes Poelker. Poelker's on the 18, Poelker shoots, and Pannenberg makes the save again. Another foul called there. This time it's going to be on the Eagles. So after a relatively lethargic first half hour, Lionsbridge FC finally gets a couple opportunities. To take a free kick and put it forward is Marshal MacCartney. Driving in, here comes a chance for the Eagles. A shot on, and Rice isn't there to make the save, but it trickles out of play. And so Rice will have the opportunity for a goal kick. Militar trying to take the ball away, can't quite do it. The Eagles maintain possession for a moment, and then he gets it back. There goes Cooke. Cooke had a good opportunity to feed to Poelker, but then it gets cleared by the back line of the men of Charlotte. Now going with the counterattack goes Patrick Segrist. Segrist gives it up to Curran Page in the midfield and taken away by Travis Cooke, and there goes Fortia Munts. Munts now looking for Poelker, and Poelker got tricked up. Poelker will go again, and this time they'll find Jalon Brown. Brown now going to look for Poelker. Brown can't find Poelker, and Brown instead gives it up to Oliveira. Oliveira now clears. Lionsbridge FC gear in part by All Pro Tactical. I believe it's Tactical tactical gear, all pro performance. Point is, they make pretty high quality stuff, and you can pick up a Lionsbridge FC bag made by All Pro Tactical on lionsbridgefc.com/store. You want to come to a Lionsbridge FC contest? Is that foul is by Tom Devitt. Devitt very well might get a card. He'll at the very least get talked to. While he talks about that, we'll talk about tickets. Next time this team is in action, next Saturday, is a Father's Day weekend extravaganza here at Pomoco Stadium. Get your tickets online at lionsbridge.com/tickets. Come to the pregame festival at 5 Tradition Brewing Company, as well as Bounce Houses, Chick-fil-A, Kona Ice, O'Doodle Doos Donuts, as well as a couple of food trucks will be here, as always. Buy those tickets early. You can pick them up at another sponsor at Whole Foods Market. 37, forgive me, minutes into the contest, and here's an opportunity. Got to be offsides. They won't call it, and there they go. Offsides is the call. Late call by the assistant ref. And things have really picked up here in the last 10. Shout out to Austin Gregory, the production crew. I'm Rob Smith, bringing you the contest. Doing my best. With no color commentary tonight. Patrick Garber out of town. And you've got no help to lean on. You do what you can. As that ball headed out of play. And a foul is called on Rafael Vacas. I'm not sure why. Graham's getting a little handsy with him. And comes Militar for the free kick. But Vacas will stand right there. He's going to look at the head referee until the referee finally says move back. And I'm not... More on that in a second after the free kick. That's something that bothers me. There goes Militar. Ball up in the air. Goes in the box. Devitt asking for a handball. Not going to get it. And then a foul instead is called. And that ball will end up all the way on the other side of the field. And back to the whole fouling and waiting for the referee to tell you to move thing. I don't understand why guys feel the need to, after a foul, stand less than 5 to 10 feet away from the ball when you know the rule is 10 steps. You got to take 10 steps away from the ball. Why don't you just start by walking away? Like, you know the referee is going to look at you and say, come on, move back, let's go, let's get this moving. Because if you don't move and the ball gets kicked into you, last I checked, that's a card. So why would you risk that? I don't know. Doesn't make sense to me, but then again, I'm not the one playing the sport. Battle over there in the corner. Munts with Militar, and I believe that's number 7, Segrist, but I'm not sure. That ball up in the air and a good feed. An opportunity, a shot, and a save by Rice. Great job with the hands, and he gets clipped going down. Joe Rice makes the save here in minute 40. Yeah, great one at that. I think it was Masha Bain Robinson with the opportunity, and it was. Rice just punches it up, and Robinson going to take out Rice on his way down. So the save by Rice keeps this one clean. And more conversation between the official and Robinson. Devitt's going to have a conversation with, I'm not sure who. Looks to be Chris Brennen. And these are the seeds that need to be planted for a chippy game to develop later on. We've seen it before. These little conversations and little things now turn into big problems later. Obviously, no one wants to get carded this early in the game, but especially with a 0-0 score. Here goes Vakas. Vakas now going to find his man on the near side. It's Dimmick. And Dimmick will pass it back to number 26, Apia. Now an opportunity here for Vakas, and it gets taken away by Marshal MacCartney. MacCartney heads the wrong way for a moment before clearing. And a good chest pass there from Jalon Brown, and then Travis Cooke gives it right back to Rosa. Rosa now there to Robinson. Robinson, a man with 3 goals here for this Eagles team, a man to be feared. There goes Munts. Munts going to look for Poelker, but the ball gets sent back to the keeper, Pannenberg, and so things will settle down for a moment. Clay Dimmick gives it up. And now the ball pushed forward, and now we're playing, the Eagles are playing, let's see if we can kick it over the back line game and outrun them, and I don't think that game is going to work here. Possession, a game that typically is one that beats the Bridge. A little bit of physical play there between Simon Fitch and Curran Page. Ball gets headed out of play. I think Jalon Brown took a shot to the back of the head. I think they might be able to hear me down on the field, because as soon as I started complaining about the slow pace of the game and the lack of something to talk about, things really picked up, and the opportunities came with them. Here with a few minutes, quick half, not a lot of stoppages. I'd be surprised if we have any more than a minute of stoppage time. Still no subs in the half, no real issues with the clock. Straight 43 minutes of soccer so far. And more complaints about the ref, this time from Simon Fitch. It's key to a solid squad is one that doesn't let that kind of stuff bother them, as that ball is going to be a corner kick as Joe Rice puts that one towards Kona ice. Rice towards the ice, and now a corner kick here. Here comes the corner kick. Not sure who the kick is coming from. It looks like the ball is up in the air and headed away momentarily and then cleared. So the Bridge will have to continue playing defense. Curran Page. Page will leave it for number 12. That is Clay Dimmick. Dimmick now waiting to throw in. He gets it in to Robinson. Robinson now gets it to his man, and the Bridge are still trying to clear. Handball is then called on Chris Brennen. So Brennen, the handball offender. And Joe Rice has the opportunity. Joe Rice with the boot. Sends it up now into the box. There goes Poelker. And Poelker gets just steamrolled by number 26. That's Foster Apia. And on balls like that, Poelker very well could have flopped. I'm not saying he did, but when you're in the box, that earns you a penalty kick. And so just a little bit of contact. And Apia and Poelker have a little bit of words for each other. And they'll continue throughout the game as we're in stoppage time here in the opening frame. just 1 minute of stoppage. And so it probably won't be much. That ball is in, and now Poelker on the outside. Poelker has an opportunity to put the Bridge on the board before the half. Can he? Not quite, but he gets the ball in a good feed to the midfield. There was just nobody there. There goes Brown. Brown has an opportunity for it, and there goes Cooke. And they stop play with a man down, but the Bridge had possession and an opportunity to score, and that's got to be frustrating if you're a fan of the home team, as he just went down and stayed down, and the Charlotte Eagles had no intention of trying to get the ball back, and Lionsbridge FC really should have made an effort to score there, and they did, and that'll likely be the half, as I'm not necessarily sure I agree with the whistle. Obviously, you don't want anyone to get hurt, and he's in a maybe a vulnerable spot in the game, but the Bridge were attacking and very close, I would think, to putting one in the net. So a frustrating potential end to the half for Lionsbridge FC, and so Bowen's back with Joe Rice, and Rice will take it. And maybe the ref will give the Bridge one more chance at offense, even though the stoppage time was a minute. And they will get it. There goes Cooke, and it gets cleared. And Simon Fitch will get the ball, but that'll be the half, and it's a 0-0 contest, and you hate to see that, as whoever was injured, I sure hope they are okay. I'm not sure who it was. Obviously, you don't wish injury on anybody, but you certainly hate to see it. Hate to see play stopped in the middle of an opportunity. But with that in mind, you do hope he's okay, and hope to see the injured man come back out in half number 2. No score in this one going into the break. As Lionsbridge FC and the Eagles of Charlotte here in a makeup game nodded at a couple of donuts, a couple of goose eggs apiece. First 20 minutes, relatively uneventful. From then on, it was a back and forth half. Joe Rice made a couple of great saves, as did Pannenberg for the visiting men of Charlotte. Tonight's game brought to you by Chick-fil-A, the official jersey sponsor of Lionsbridge FC. Chick-fil-A, the name on the uniform. Eat more chicken, and on your way out of the stadium tonight, or while you're taking a halftime break, head to your closest Chick-fil-A. Pick up a small. I don't think they have smalls. Smalls or larges. They don't have medium milkshakes. Pick up a milkshake. Cool you off on this hot summer night. Riverside Medical Group is the official medical group of Lionsbridge FC. Keep your player in the game with Riverside Medical. Nike, the official jersey sponsor of Lionsbridge FC. They make all of those uniforms for the men in blue. And man, do they look fresh. Mosquito Joe, sponsor of the defensive play of the game. Mosquito Joe, who else do you want to trust with mosquito defense in your home? No one else but Mosquito Joe. Tradition Brewing Company. Tradition Brewing is the official brewing sponsor of the Pride. And they're here at every contest, but they also have a spot in City Center. Be sure to ask for a Lionsbridge lager next time you go. Whole Foods Market, if you ever pick up a ticket on lionsbridgefc.com/tickets, you can pick that up at Whole Foods Market. All Pro Tactical supplies the bags. Tactical technology, All Pro Performance. High performance sports bags by All Pro Tactical. Want to refinance your home? Looking for a mortgage? Embrace Home Loans. Definitely the place to go. Embrace Home Loans. Kona Ice. If you're here at the stadium, they're here every night. Kona Ice. Place to cool down on the hot summer night with tons of different flavors, shaved ice, and snow cones that you can enjoy here at Pomoco. Doodle Doos Donuts. Fresh, funky, fun, and local for those of you with a sweet tooth. Off Leash Canine Training, LLC. Let the bond with your canine be unleashed. Parkway Print Shop, the official apparel sponsor of Lionsbridge FC. Screen Print, Custom Goods, Parkway Print Shop. Come to a game for that pregame festival. Obviously, you can enjoy tradition, but what are your kids going to do? They're going to enjoy Spacewalk. Tons of different bouncy houses, I guess you'd call them, inflatables. Definitely a good time. Bounce castles, whatever you want to call them. Brought to you by Spacewalk. And tonight's starting lineup partners are Animal Medical Care Center, Clancy and Thays Construction Company, The Daily Press, Frogskin, Leap Back into the Game, Quality Productions, One Life Fitness, and Sarah Harris Photography. Our community partners, Christopher Newport University, Leading Lives of Significance, the Mariners Museum and Park, as well as Premier Sports, and tonight's starting lineup, local team of the game, Yorktown FC. We're going to take a quick break as nothing really exciting happened in the opening 45, and we're hoping for a better second frame. Maybe some substitutions should do that, as it really was the Eagles through most of the first half that controlled possession. They had the better chances. They had the better chances tonight for sure. And going into the second half, they'll switch sides, and maybe it's that side of the field that is kind of favoring the offense this evening. But we'll take a look at that and many more different things around the half when we come back. In about 7 or so minutes, I'm by myself tonight, so I'm going to take a little bit longer of a break than normal. One more time, 0-0 at the half. I'm Rob Smith saying we'll see you in about 7 on Facebook.com, Facebook Live, and LionsbridgeFC.com. We'll be right back. And welcome back. Or I guess, hey, I'm back. Thought you got rid of me. But it's time for the second half. And here we are in a 0-0 thrilling matchup. Special shout out to Vinny's for feeding me tonight. Vinny's Pizza, I believe they're Newport News. They might be Yorktown. But Vinny's Pizza, nevertheless, down here in the area. Excellent pizza. Would recommend. Like, I'm a big fan of the out of 10 scale. 10 out of 10 would recommend Vinny's. Even if it's cold. Like, you know, people are like, cold pizza, you know? Vinny's is good. Would recommend. Thank you to Vinny's for providing pizza in the press box tonight. If you're at the stadium, though, Flamin' Pie is also another great option if you're looking for pizza. Other sponsors, Fieldside sponsors, Quality Production, Nike, Riverside Medical Group, and Chick-fil-A, as well as Tradition. Now, I don't think there are any subs going into the half, but we will find out on our way out of the half if there's anybody new on the field. First half wasn't anything to write home about, and really not anything we have to recap. Joe Rice made a couple of saves. Pannenberg made a couple of saves. And overall, if you've ever seen a game of kickball, tonight would be a perfect example of a quite literal game of kickball. It has not been exciting. It has been methodical. It has been an easy pace. And things did pick up there for a moment near the end of the half. But nothing too thrilling through the first group. So the men in orange will get the ball first here in the second half. They're led offensively by Patrick Segrist this year, 3 goals, 2 assists. Now in the first half, one thing to note, Foster Apia did get a yellow card. And so that yellow card is something to note coming into the second half and out of the break. Apia needs to play a little bit more careful as to not get that red, and that certainly would help the Bridge out a little bit. And away we go here in the second half. For those of you who weren't entertained in half number 1, I apologize. I'll do better for you this time. For those of you who enjoyed the first half, we're going to get a little more professional here in the second group of action, as hopefully we see some entertaining football. I'm Rob Smith here on the mic. It's a pretty simple name, hard to forget. Follow me on Twitter at HeyIt'sMeRob, the voice of Lionsbridge FC. Hey, it's me, Rob. Great job by the ball boy, putting that ball just past the 18. Would have been a great feed for somebody coming in on the offensive end, but Joe Rice has to go and collect it, and here he comes. And I'm not sure. Oh, there we go. And so now, Joe Rice, up, and away. Into the crowd. And Jalon Brown now has it. Brown shoots, and into the Tradition Brewing tent. Brown's first shot of the second half, just a little bit high. These two teams combined for 12 goals on Wednesday. 12. That is a dozen. You can go to Krispy Kreme and get the same number of donuts in a box as these two teams scored collectively between the two of them on Wednesday. Ball up in the air. And Devitt's going to kind of semi-bike it to the left side of the net. That being said, both of them tonight have scored 0 goals collectively. And I'm starting to think that they scored all of their goals for the next, week and a half. On Wednesday. And so if this was a 0-0 tie, my first question after the game is, do you think you just scored all your goals for the week in one game? And because it was a 6-0 game here. I'm not sure. It was 6-1. Six to 1 was the final score, I believe, for the Charlotte Eagles earlier this week in their contest. So a 12-1 between the two teams on Wednesday. I guess when you put two strong offenses against each other, they cancel out. At least that's been the way tonight. And I mean, coming into the game, I'm sure it's something Patrick and I would have talked about. We'll talk about it now, and by will, I mean I will talk to you about it, and I'll interact with you if you have anything to say on Facebook. Leave a comment. But coming into the game tonight, it was really looking at the numbers at least, two pretty good offenses against two very strong defenses, and it was just a matter of, is it going to be an offensive just storm tonight, or are we going to see a defensive just lockdown? And so far tonight, it's been the lockdown. And I probably would have expected the opposite. Ball forward, there goes Graham on the outside. Graham has an opportunity to cross, and not a good cross, but thankfully for Graham, they get the corner out of it. Just kill the Wasp. Wasp just came into the press box. That's why we went silent there for a second. Rest in peace. Here comes the corner kick from Militar. The crowd rumbles on the corner. Ball is up. It's good. And right into the hands of Andrew Pannenberg. And so the moment filled with stress. Is killed by Pannenberg, and he gives it back to his defensive line. And so the Eagles with it and taken away by Munts. Now going is Munts. Munts will give it up and taken right back by the Eagles, and the Eagles have the ball. There goes Vacas. Vacas will give it up to the outside. Streaking on the outside is Dimmick. And the ball forward from, I'm not sure what that was. Was it Militar? Couldn't tell, but either way, just way too strong there. Now taken back, and Militar has it, and landing on the track there is Jalon Brown, and they'll stop play. And Jalon Brown landed, wasn't a soft landing at all, and Brown will get helped up. No, he'll reject the help from Segrist, but a good move from Segrist. to at least try to give him a hand, and we didn't get it on video. And I was trying to watch the replay. I'm not sure if a card came out. I don't believe it did. I don't believe the card did come out, but a free kick there nonetheless. Ball in. Ball gets up and Munts. No, Cooke. Travis Cooke heads it over the group, and Pannenberg has no problem with it. I see you asking donuts, question mark, and I guess if this ends in a 0-0 tie, theoretically, everybody at the stadium would get a coupon. If you're here, you're going home with a O'Doodle-Doo's donut coupon, which is why I mentioned there's donuts on the scoreboard. Normally I'd say goose eggs, but you don't want to be going home with a goose egg. Those scoreboard zeros are sponsored by O'Doodle-Doo's Donuts. Fresh, funky, fun, and local. Gotta be a foul, and it is. I believe that's Moshe Bain Robinson. Robinson is going to sit there for a little bit. Official's going to go make sure he's okay. He's favoring the eye. And I guess they played it a little too quickly for the officials' liking. Bouncing around inside the box. Jalon Brown gives it up. I believe that's Cooke on the outside. Cooke looking for Poelker. Is not going to find him. It's going to ricochet out, and here comes the counter attack. Good defense there by the midfielders, but to no avail as the Eagles will be able to get it across midfield. There across midfield is Chris Brennen. Brennen will push it forward to number 11. That's Rafael Vacas, and Vacas won't be able to get there in time. And so Joe Rice has got himself a goal kick. And the fans begin the wave once more as they have become too bored to entertain themselves now. As they wave by me, why not? I'll participate this time. Whoa! It's a good time. It's a good time. Joe Rice with the corner, or excuse me, with the goal kick. Fortia Munts. Munts, I thought that might have been a handball. And if it wasn't a handball on Munts, he definitely shoved his man. Robinson, Moshe Bain Robinson, definitely got a push. The shot on by Brown, and he didn't get all of that one, and he certainly is not happy about it. Say what you want about the wave. It's a good time. Kickball ensues once again. We're getting close to the final third of the game. Here an opportunity for the Eagles. Stymied. And Militar with it. Here comes the counterattack, an opportunity. And Militar just misses that through ball. Had an opportunity for a streaking Jalon Brown. Poelker was right there as well. Offsides is called by the assistant referee. And so Rice will pick that back up. And we'll stop for a moment. We'll reset. Everybody will head back in the opposite direction as they wait for Rice's boot. And the boot he does. Foul there on Simon Fitch. Rightfully so. So the last time this team will be in action here at Pomoco Stadium for a little bit, and by a little bit I mean a week. Come out next Saturday for our Father's Day weekend celebration. If you've got a father who's a big football fan, bring him out. If he likes craft brews, good local soccer, food trucks, this is where you want to be next Saturday. Go ahead and get your dad a ticket. For $8 online, $10 at the door, but to surprise him, you got to get that online ticket on lionsbridgefc.com/tickets. Pick that up at Whole Foods this week. Another foul there called on the Eagles, and things get chippier and chippier as we progress. And if you decide not to come next Saturday, be sure to at the very least tune in. Patrick should be back by next week. Like I said, he's got some family matters to attend to, so no Patrick Garber. No Patrick Garber on the call, just me, myself, and I, the dynamic trio that is Rob Smith. Most average name in television. Ball up. Head away. An aggressive play, and the official says no, and Chris Brennen has an opportunity. If they score here, the Bridge will not be happy about it. They want a handball, and they won't get it. Great play there by the defenseman. That was MacCartney. Now coming the other way is Graham, and Graham will clear it off the legs of number 12 of the opposition, Dimmick. Yeah, Taj, I miss Patrick too. You don't realize how hard this is to do by yourself until you have to do it by yourself. So, Patrick, if you're listening, please come home soon. I believe, and you never told me this, but I believe Patrick is at the state finals for Virginia soccer, watching his alma mater play in the state championship, and that's a noble reason to not be here. He's doing his part in supporting local soccer on the peninsula. Grafton High School is in the state championship. Going back to that aggressive play by Chris Brennen, from my angle, I mean, they were coming right at my direction. I had a face view of it. Brennen just kind of extended the arm and shoulder into, I believe it was Tom Devitt, and no foul was called, and it very well could have turned into a goal, and I know that these fans that had the same angle that I did would not be having it. And there goes Brown. Brown's got to hustle. Brown can't quite earn the corner. It'll be a goal kick. Yeah, officials don't necessarily seem to be consistent. Here in the 62nd minute. Eagles players getting loose. They're on the south. No, forget that's the north end zone. Now goes Militar. Militar's going to have to get through some guys, and he can't quite do it. The physicality of the twosome on defense. Dogs, for sure dogs, Brandon. Can't trust cats. Ball goes out of play for yet another. What's this? Another Joe Rice goal kick. And if I had $1 for every time Joe Rice had a goal kick in this game, I'd be able to head to one of these great food trucks before I go home and get myself some dinner. I won't have to, though, if Joe Rice doesn't let up any goals. I can just grab a donut on my way out from O'Doodle Doos. You're right. I want a biscuit too, Millard. Those of you wondering at home, if you come to the stadium, anytime Lionsbridge scores on a header, you win too. Even if they don't win the game. If they score on a header, you get to walk away with a free Chick-fil-A breakfast sandwich, courtesy of the 757 Chick-fil-A's. Now an offensive opportunity here for the Eagles. There goes Segrist. Segrist gives it up to Jacob Kroll, and now that ball goes high. As a firework lands and is cleared by 22 Spencer. Yeah, it's a coupon. Obviously, they're not going to give you a real sandwich. But that would be cool, though. I'd like to walk away with a real sandwich, for being completely honest. If it weren't for Vinny's, great sponsor, by the way, feeding me in the press box, I'd want to be walking out with a breakfast sandwich. But a coupon will do. Feed me tomorrow morning. You give a man a biscuit, you feed him right away. You give a man a coupon, you can feed him whenever he's hungry. Gotta be a foul, and it is. That's on Simon Fitch. Fitch is going to be asked to return, and he will walk away solemnly, knowing what he did was wrong. And Fitch is going to have to talk to the official, and he'll have to say sorry, obviously. Sorry, you know. A half-hearted sorry at that. I'm sure he's not sorry he did it, just sorry he got caught. No. I wish Chick-fil-A was open tomorrow. We all know it's not. Here comes the free kick. And a save, or a stop rather, by Joe Rice. And now goes Poelker. Okay, so you give a man a coupon, you feed him Monday morning. Better? It was a flawed analogy to begin with. I already talked about Grafton High School, but I'll do it again. Patrick, my wonderful, wonderful color commentary man supporting Grafton High School, a local high school. If you're from the 757, I talked about him a little bit earlier. I'll do it one more time for the Garber family and the rest of Grafton High. They're in the state championship. Best of luck to them, and hope they can bring the title back to the 757. The opportunity here for the Bridge. There goes Jalon Brown looking for it, and it gets cleared momentarily by Oliveira. Growing up, having the local high school teams do well is always fun for the community. And Grafton doing as well as they have this year, a big deal for that Grafton High School community. And the rest of this Lionsbridge community as well. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea to celebrate them here at the stadium maybe if they pick up the state championship. Maybe that's an idea we can talk about a little bit later. Obviously got to bring the thing home, but nevertheless, best of luck to Grafton in the state finals. 68 minutes now into the contest. We are having ourselves a good time up in the press box. Comes an opportunity for the Eagles. And now goes Jalon Brown. Jalon's got one now, 2 to beat. Jalon pushes forward. It's not going to be enough. And defense is the name of the game today. As both sides have it's just been stingy defense to say the least today. It's going to take probably one, it feels. There goes Jalon Brown. Brown goes down. And certainly not happy about it. And I think that was Foster Apia. And that, if he's not careful, that could be another yellow for Apia, which would be a red, and that would be huge. If Apia gets another yellow, and after that tackle, that was dangerous from him, knowing he already has one yellow. That could have been huge. And Lionsbridge FC will begin to rumble once again. Another opportunity. Here's the best of the night. Here goes Fortia Munts. Pannenberg in the net. All up and just a little bit high. I think it's got to be a set piece tonight, as that has been where the opportunities have come, and now we will have substitutions and some changes here for Lionsbridge FC. Let's take a look and see who those are. So into the game for Charlotte. I missed this sub a little bit earlier. Number 14, Todd Fiddler, went in for Rafael Vacas. We have some subs for Lionsbridge. I believe Cleef Desir went into the game. And I think Kisombe might have gone in. I do see him there on the field. I'm not sure who he went in for. And so Rafael Vacas out of the game, and into the contest, Todd Fiddler up in there in the midfield. There's one sub. Shot on. And out of play. And Cleef Desir, I believe, went on for Ivan Militar. So Militar's night is over. And Simon Fitch also done for the night, as that's who Gael Kisombe went in for. Now Cooke, no, Poelker. Poelker shot and a corner kick, and what a dangerous opportunity. Watch it one more time. Poelker had the shot and a great save there. I almost missed it. Here comes the corner kick. There goes the ball. It's up in the air. Cooke gets his head on it and misses it. And the farther into this game we get, the more and more I think it's got to be a set piece tonight, as nothing else seems to be getting through. Now passing the ball around is Kisombe. Kisombe gives it up. And back around forward to Brown. Now the Eagles with the ball going forward, and they'll give it right back. About 15 or so minutes left. 17 if you want to be technical, and then extra time, which we might have a little bit more than 60 seconds of. Cleef, Desir, and Kisombe playing aggressively there, and it's going to pay off for the Eagles with an opportunity. And out of play for a corner kick from Joe Rice. So Joe Rice lets it go, but he's a little late on it, and so a corner kick to come here for the Eagles. To take it, 23, ball up. Into the hands of Rice, no problem. Rice is going to push it forward to Munts, and it's a 4-on-4, now 4-on-5. Munts has speed, and he pushes it on. There on the outside goes Cooke. Cooke gives it in to Desir. Desir has an opportunity. He shoots and misses wide. Cleef, Desir. Desir was right there, had a free opportunity. And it looks like a deflection means that Lionsbridge will get the ball back. So thankfully the deflection gives them a corner kick. Here goes Munts. Munts now with the cross. It's low. It's up. It's still not cleared yet. Munts is going to have another opportunity at it. He puts it up in the air for everybody. Free ball. 50-50. It's up and in back safely of the hands of the defender in net, Andrew Pannenberg, and the moment is gone. And now the counterattack for the Eagles with no time to breathe. They come back the other direction. Wow. Finally, something to get excited about. The heartbeat's going. An opportunity here for the Eagles. They're inside. Now the defenses are starting to get gassed. That's Robinson. Robinson gives it up, and here comes on the inside a shot, and it gets through everybody. They'll ask for a corner, and they will get it. Corner kick coming from the Eagles. These fans want to see fireworks on the field before they see fireworks post-game. Ball up. Gets cleared. And now Munts is going to try again. This is a 3-on-3. Still a 3-on-3. Poelker's got to take it quick. A slide tackle means we're coming back the opposite direction. Here comes Patrick Segrist. Segrist now does not have numbers for his team, but he'll try to cross the ball in. And Austin Graham with a header back into his man in net, Joe Rice. This one picking up in intensity now with 14 and change to go. Couple of subs now, and we'll step away for about 10 seconds to take a breather. So 19 into the contest. Santiago Agudelo, I believe that is. Handwriting's tough. Here goes the Eagles. A shot in, and as AWOL Nation best said, sail. It goes, and Agudelo is into the contest. I'm not sure for who. 12 minutes to go. The corner kick, the header is into the woods. This is why we can't have nice things. As I wouldn't say an idol, but a man I look up to in the broadcasting business, Craig Laughlin, likes to say, the hockey broadcaster for the Caps, one of them, likes to say, you got to put the biscuit in the basket. Granted, he's talking about a hockey puck. But you got to put the ball in the net to win the game, and neither team has been able to do that. However, points are points are points. This would not do much for the standings. Lionsbridge FC looks to pick up 3 points here at home to close out a 2-0 week. There goes Segrist. And an opportunity now and cleared there. A great defensive play by Fitch. And a corner kick. So Agudelo went in for Curran Page. And in for Lionsbridge, Brennen Burton went in for Max Poelker. Now a corner kick on its way. We're waiting for it as the subs come in. And Jalon Brown, no, he's not coming off. He's just getting a quick sip. So putting some fresh legs on the forward line. So Poelker's night is over. It's the third sub, so the Pride have a couple more to go. Ball is low and headed back to the other side of the net, and Tom Devitt will clear. Ten minutes to go in the contest. Not a lot in the way of scoring. One team trying to break through is, I'm sure the Eagles would be more than happy to go home with one. But obviously 3 points on the board would be better. James Ellis now into the contest. Ellis goes in for Travis Cooke. And the theme of putting fresh legs on continues. And there goes Munts. Munts has been electric in the midfield, has done a great job of maintaining possession and controlling the offense here for the Bridge today, but still nothing has come of it. Now inside and picking it up is Rice. Inside the six, another opportunity, and Rice will fight for the counter-attack now as he hurls that ball all the way to midfield, and now going after it is Brown on the outside. Brown, no, that's number 11, that's Burton. That shot on and over the net. And over the tent and over pretty much everything. Be sure to stick with us after the game. Or a post-game interview. You know, not sure who with quite yet. We'll have to talk to somebody. Now up goes the Pride. Munts again. Who else to take the ball across the midfield? And the Bridge will get the ball, and they'll have the opportunity to set up some offense here. Going to throw it in is Graham, and he tries to do so quickly and does. The one hopper to James Ellis, and Ellis will just kick it past the baseline. And so to reinsert the ball will be Andrew Pannenberg. Try to hit our sponsors one more time on our way out the door. Chick-fil-A, the official jersey sponsor of Lionsbridge FC. The ones who make the jerseys, Nike, just do it. As in, score a goal. Just do it. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday you said tomorrow. Just do it. Nike. Or Shia LaBeouf, really. An opportunity for Desir, but the ball gets given back up to the defender. Mosquito Joe. There goes the Bridge. There goes Desir. Desir might call his own number. He shoots and just misses right. And I can't tell at what angle that official's arm is at, but I believe it's a goal kick. Oh, wow. Scoring chances are definitely in favor of Lionsbridge tonight. But close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, and we continue to sit at a 0-0 match. Cleef, Desir, and if he had put it any more to the left, it would have been on target, and Pannenberg was right there to make the save. So, to no avail from Desir, but the opportunities have been there as the fresh legs have definitely been fortuitous for this home team. Ellis gets knocked, and no advantage called. Instead, they'll give the men in blue a free kick. And so Munts wins the free kick, heads over to Chris Wally on the bench to try to get some coaching, a good idea of what they want to do with it. The defending champion Charlotte Eagles here in a chess match with the home team football club of Lionsbridge. The ball is up by Munts and right in the hands of Andrew Pannenberg. Lionsbridge picks up points. That throw into Munts. Munts has been wide open most of the evening. Brown misses it and it gets cleared. And onsides would have been Agudelo. And that was a good clear. I believe it was by MacCartney to keep it where we're at. More subs on the field. Robinson off now. Here go the Bridge one more time. It gets cleared, but fortuitously to James Ellis. Ellis is going to have to fight for it. Ellis is going to try to get dragged, and just a weak shot in to Pannenberg, and Pannenberg maintains the clean sheet. So Moshe Bain Robinson is off for the night. I'm not sure who came on for him. Waiting for it was 20 for 10, so that is Derek Gonzalez. And we are running out of time in this game. You like to think it was probably going to be one. And At this point, it might not be any. '90th minute here in Newport News. Locked in a 0-0 contest. Here an opportunity for Agudelo. Can't finish it. And we will have 3 minutes of stoppage time here in Newport News. So 3 minutes for the Bridge to put a goal in the back of the net. It has been nothing short of a struggle tonight. All around and now back up. Now it looks like the Bridge are playing a more defensive mindset. Horns sounding. We've got 3 minutes of stoppage. Looks like the post-game interview is going to be with head coach Chris Wally. We'll talk about the struggles of offense tonight. We'll talk about their next match. Next time this team is in action, will be on the road. Lionsbridge FC will take to Durham, North Carolina, for another game against Tobacco Road FC, a team they just beat by a score of 6-0. So maybe they can back into their scoring ways. Spannenberg makes another stop against Tobacco Road. They're going to be back home, though, next Saturday, right before Father's Day. Be sure to pick up those tickets for your dad. $8 online if you pick them up online, or if you buy them online. If you buy them and pick them up, or you buy them at the stadium, they're $10 at the gate. Go to Lionsbridge.com, lionsbridgefc.com/tickets. One more time, running through our special partners and Lionsbridge FC Soccer, nothing without them. Chick-fil-A, Riverside Medical Group, Nike, Mosquito Joe, Tradition Brewing Company, Whole Foods Market, All Pro Tactical, Tactical Technology, All Pro Performance, Embrace Home Loans, Kona Ice. Now an opportunity for the Bridge is stymied. O'Doodle Doos Donuts, fresh, funky, fun, and local. Off Leash Canine Training LLC, Parkway Print Shop, Spacewalk, established 1959. Animal Medical Care Center, Clancy and Thays, Daily Press, Frogskin, leap back into the game. Quality Productions, One Life Fitness, Christopher Newport University, the Mariners Museum and Park, Newport News, Parks, Recreation, and Tourism, Premier Sports, and tonight's club of the game, Yorktown FC. And a special shout out to Grafton High School in the state championship this evening. Winding down in this contest. If you had fun at the game tonight or following along, you can follow me on Twitter at HeyIt'sMeRob. Or, if you'd prefer, and you like Lionsbridge more than you like me, which most of you do, go ahead and follow Lionsbridge on Twitter at Lionsbridge FC. You can follow them at the same handle on Instagram at Lionsbridge FC. And here on Facebook, of course, at Facebook Live and facebook.com/LionsbridgeFC. Make sure to use the hashtag This Is Our Bridge when documenting your experience at Pomoco and throughout when talking about local soccer. As these two teams are looking to draw here in the contest. So we're just moments away from Charlotte going to a 3-1-1 record. They pick up 10 points. Lionsbridge FC goes to 2-2-3, and they are now at 9 points, and they each move up in points, but they stay where they are in the standings, and so that is all she wrote. Here at Pomoco Stadium, 0-0 draw, 90 thrilling minutes of soccer, if you ask me. There really were some chances in tonight's game. It just wasn't going to happen for either side between the two teams, and we'll talk about it with Chris Whaley in just a moment, so be sure to stick around. Post-game fireworks, if you missed those, you missed those because you weren't here, and that's your fault. I would recommend, though, if you want to see post-game fireworks, they'll be here on July 3rd, so right before July 4th. Celebrate Independence Day. Soccer game on Tuesday, July 3rd. Post-game fireworks. Should be a fun night if you want to see fireworks here at the field. But we'll talk about it with Wally, is that 6 goals on Wednesday, no goals tonight. It was the same way for this Charlotte Eagles team. 6 goals on Wednesday, no goals tonight. Frustrating way to end the night, but you're picking up points. 4 points here at home this week. That's always big. You like to see that if you're a fan of the home team. Points are always good. Obviously, the more points, the better, but that will do it for me in the box. Looking for that camera to be set up down below so I can head down for an interview with head coach Chris Whaley after this one, and then the fans will be able to take a look at some fireworks here at the field. For those of you at home, be sure to stick in for that post-game interview, and thanks for tuning in. I'll do my shout-outs now once again to all of our sponsors, specifically Vinny's Pizza, for feeding me tonight. You guys are real homies. Patrick Garber, I hope you're having fun up in Roanoke watching your brother play. Best of luck to Grafton High School. Thank you to Austin Gregory and the production crew, for Mike Santamoro on production. Julian Santamoro working the replays tonight. Austin Urch on camera, as well as his twin brother Christian Urch. They do an incredible job as well. Thank you all for tuning in. We appreciate your viewership. And thanks for interacting with me tonight. I had fun with you, and I enjoyed every moment of it. Even if some of the game was boring, you guys were fun to talk to. That was a good time, at the very least, for us up here in the booth. If I don't see you in a couple minutes for the post-game press conference, good afternoon, good evening, good night. But if I do see you, we'll see you in, I guess, a couple of minutes. We'll be right back. You've been watching Lionsbridge FC Soccer on Facebook Live at facebook.com/LionsbridgeFC.
stand on the grass.
On the grass?
Yeah, like right in here.
Not good.
Okay, you're popular, you.
I am, yeah.
Oh, you're talking to me.
I think they're talking to you.
Okay.
All right, so we're here post game with head coach Chris Wally. Tough tie tonight. Obviously not the result you want, but against the defending champions. How do you feel your team played tonight?
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head. Obviously a very good team. You know, we're disappointed we've not won, so I think that shows how far we've come as a franchise. I think we could have won the game, but they had some chances as well. I think it was probably a fair result.
Overall, Joe had a couple of really big chances in net, made a great save in the first half to keep things 0-0. I think that propelled your defense to play well throughout the rest of the game. Talk about the offensive chances you had today. Fortia played really well in the midfield to give you guys some of those opportunities. What kind of things need to change for you guys to put balls in the net?
That's a good question. I think it was just one of those nights. Their goalkeeper's very good. They've got a good back four. You know, Fortia was very, very good tonight. It's just sometimes, you know, a little bit of luck perhaps. You know, we had a couple of shots that went just the wrong side of the post. If it goes the other way, we get a 1-0 win and we're top of the league. But look, we're doing well. We're mid-table. We're fighting. And, you know, I'm really proud of this group of boys. They're working really, really hard.
And you guys, between the two of you and Charlotte, had 12 goals on Wednesday night. You each scored 6 apiece. Yeah. Do you think you just kind of got all the goals out of your system on Wednesday and just tonight was just a defensive battle where nothing was going anyone's way? It was just a big game of kickball?
I don't know if it was kickball. That's a bit harsh, isn't it? But we've defended well again. That's the third clean sheet in the last 4 games,
True.
Which I always talk about.
Everyone's getting donuts.
Yeah, I got donuts tonight, everyone. But for us, yeah, I'd have rather won 4-0 on Wednesday and 2-0 today. But ultimately, we've played well. We were a little bit unfortunate. I thought brilliant crowd again. You know, really proud of all the people coming out. So yeah, things are good. You know, can I give a quick shout out to my assistant coach?
Go for it.
Quick shout out to Tom Morris. He's in England. I think he's up. It's probably like 2 o'clock in the morning right now. He's probably watching back home. But love you, Tom. All right.
And then the last thing I have is about that crowd. Is a Saturday night crowd. This was a pretty good sized crowd. They were into it all night long. Like going into the season, not having any idea what to expect from a crowd, and getting consistent groups like this. So what is that like, knowing you've got the support of this community?
No, it's brilliant. I'm looking at the guys right now. They're going to be here for half an hour signing autographs. It's brilliant. And, you know, we've got the fireworks coming in and, you know, some great sponsors, great support from this community. It's brilliant. I think Mike Vest has done an unbelievable job. You know, we're just excited to be part of this franchise, excited these people are out at the games, and, you know, hopefully we'll keep being successful and keep getting the support. And I'm looking forward to some fireworks as well.
Thank you, Coach. And we'll take a quick conversation with Fortia before, I guess, we get to these fireworks. I mean, we have time since all of these autographs. Great game tonight. Obviously, you didn't get the result that you wanted, but you guys, you really controlled, you personally, I mean, controlled the midfield tonight. How important is it for you to, you know, kind of take control of the midfield in games? You want to step like one more closer to me? No worries. How do you feel you played tonight?
I feel like it's important to have the control of the game, especially in the like midfielder where you fight the most. And like we played against a tough team, having the control of the midfield was important. They play with one more player on the midfielder, and like sometimes we needed to run a little more. But like I feel like we played well. We did a decent job.